gave him no room.
Yeah, doing a good job of waiting, holding up, letting that rest of his defense get there, particularly Andre Waters. I mentioned early that the three players that are really the mainstay of this defense, Seth Joyner, Eric Allen, and Andre Waters, and Waters always shows up around that football. He's been criticized a lot because they call him Dirty Waters, coming up and whacking people, but he always shows up, and that's the key.
Third down, 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 8 for the Saints. From the shotgun, and that is incomplete. Not a good throw, and it kind of took a sinking move on Eric Martin, who just couldn't field it. Simmons had the rush on Walsh.
Well, Walsh had himself some pressure, but again, he shows presence. He knows where pressure's come from. Watch him step up into the pocket. And then at the other end, the ball is thrown down and to the left of Martin, a little bit behind him. But, in this situation, that should be caught. That is a ball that should be caught.
So Barnhart, his second punt of the afternoon, standing at his 39-yard line. Hema waiting for it. Signals fair catch at the 12 and makes it near the 15. So the Eagles will start from their 15-yard line and leading 18-12. Wearing the stocking hat there, and the Eagles bench, happy with his team's lead. Of course, when the season began, the Eagles had high hopes for Randall and this Eagles offense. His broken leg has him now officially out for the remainder of the season. Herschel Walker for about 2. Randall was saying just a couple of weeks ago that he thought that he might be able to finish the regular season for the Eagles, but the doctors said otherwise, and Randall has had to acquiesce, even though he'd like to be out there playing.
Well, he may like to get back out there, but he's not dumb. He goes out there right now, he's going to take another shot and ruin it again. You can see only 4 guys have done it all season long. It's beneath 4. Alexander, Barr, Davis, and Walker.
On offense, and about 4 on defense. It's been a real tough year. Herschel Walker breaks 1 tackle and gets close to the first down. Near the 24-yard line. And that'll leave about a yard.
Well, Herschel Walker had an opportunity to lead the Eagle team in receiving and rushing. And today only has himself 9 yards. And as a runner, Herschel Walker, he's not a guy with a lot of magic. And you can see, though, when he does get his hands on the ball, he's going along at a 4.5 per attempt clip. And that's pretty good. That's very productive. As a matter of fact, I don't think he is the best running back on this Eagle team.
Less than a yard required for the first down. Brister dives for it.
Fumble!
But the ball is loose, and Sam Mills comes up with it. Sam Mills. Now let's see if they'll give the ball to the Saints or whether Brister was down. No official signal yet.
That ball like it came flying out of there.
Sure did. It ought to be New Orleans ball, but we'll wait and see. A congressional caucus down here to make sure that they get the right call.
Now, watch Brister. He'll stick the ball away, and then he starts to go down, but that ball's out before he's ever down. That's clearly a fumble.
But was it clear to the officials on the field? So far, no signal.
Well, they may get a major break here.
I know a lot of folks are going to say, wow, I wish we had replay. Because this replay indicates that Brister fumbled it before he went down, but I like that human error factor myself, but it may not be an error.
That's a bad call, Tom White. Still had the ball. First down for Philadelphia.
There's an editorial comment that leaked over our airwaves. That
Well, I have to agree with them. Hey, here's the obvious. Look at this. He's hit right there by Les Miller, and the ball comes clean, and I have to agree with the assessment of the player that is a bunch of bull baloney.
So the Eagles maintain possession at the 25-yard line. Walker for 5.
I I mentioned that I didn't think Herschel Walker was the best running. I think Heath Sherman and Vaughn Hebron as running backs are shiftier. They have better magic in the hole. They can make you miss. Herschel Walker is a power guy, and he has to have a hole to get his yardage. I think if you hand the ball off to Vaughn Hebron as many times and make him the feature back, he'll get some big yards for you.
Rookie from Virginia Tech gets to get a carry in this game, an exciting young running back. That's James Joseph that time. He gets a couple more. It'll leave third down and about 3 for the Eagles. Wayne Martin on the tackle. Sam Mills there as well. Third down and 3.
They ran right in the middle of that Eagle offense where they're really not real strong. And Dave Alexander, the center there, number 72. Alexander is not an overpowering guy. What Alexander is a guy who can make all the calls up front and then he'll stay in your way. But if you have a physical guy in your nose and you're Alexander, you're going to have a tough day.
Twister and incomplete. The yardage was there, too, for Victor Bailey, the rookie. But again, this is a cold afternoon. We've seen a few more drops and fumbles than you would normally in better conditions. But the rookie, Bailey, unhappy with himself. That was a first down, and he had the yardage. Well, he made his break, and the ball came behind him. This is going to have to be a pure hands catch, and Bailey can't come down with it. Watch, he'll be breaking to the top. Now watch him come back. That's got to be all hands, and he doesn't have the hands on this play. So Feagles will punt and hits from the 22-yard line. Pretty good kick. Fair catch signal back at the 27-yard line of New Orleans by Tyrone Hughes.
You would even say it close. All of the other rain.
And he must have seen our camera on him there. He gave us a little better look at him. Wilson with a strained left knee. Suffered in the game against the Giants on Monday night. And, of course, you saw probably on the NFL Today earlier that Jim Mora, his coach, really ripped the New Orleans fans, those among them, not all of them did it, but those among them who cheered at Wilson's injury in the losing effort last Monday night. Walsh, and that's incomplete, intended for Martin, off target. Steve Walsh, who came in to replace Mike Buck, who had started for the injured Wade Wilson.
Well, he had himself some good time, and part of that time is right here, number 77, Willie Rope. Now watch Rope with the hands. See, I talked about good hands and feet. He gets a good extension, keeps working those feet back, and never allowing Flores to be able to get in there.
Mora raves about the performance of this rookie from Louisiana Tech. Martin, their top receiver, has left the field with some kind of an injury. 2nd and 10, New Orleans. At their own 29. Walsh, and it's picked off by Eric Allen. He'll score. Touchdown.
Number 21 of the Eagles is a big play guy. And what he does well is anticipate. Watch him break underneath early. He makes the break on the ball before Early gets into the pattern. And then it's clear sailing and 6 points.
5th interception of the season for Eric Allen. 33 yards for the score. Ruzick will attempt the point after. And it is no good. Wide to the left. 9:39 to go in the third. 24-12 Eagles. Allen's 3rd touchdown of the season. He talked about his importance to this team.
Yeah, well, you can see 21, he's going to come back across. And what I talked about earlier is anticipation and an understanding of what the team is trying to do to you. He'll make the break. The thing that's impressive is we talked about New Orleans having to get some continuity by going with the underneath passing game. Eric Allen understands that as well as anybody. And then, of course, he throws the ball into the stands to pick up the fine to boot.
So Steve Walsh victimized by Eric Allen trying to get the ball to Quinn Early. Walsh in relief of the unsuccessful Mike Buck. Buck, who had started for the injured Wade Wilson.